Dino Runner. It's a simple game that anybody, even idiots like me, could code. Obviously, I'm still going to use ChatGPT because I am lazy and not because my coding skills are about the standard of a toddler's self-portrait. Step 1. Open ChatGPT. Easy. Step 2. Ask it to code a Jinx game that doesn't make you want to yeet your computer out the window. Now shortly, you're about to see ChatGPT have the coding skills of a dyslexic monkey on a typewriter. But before its regression into a above primate, boom, it made a simple blocks version of the game. Yay! I tried adding in some adjustments, made this block fly across the screen. This was no bother for the AI, but when I asked it to make the blocks bigger, which wouldn't seem to be that difficult, it just failed and failed and failed and failed. Tried again, and it's still just full of fails. ChatGPT lost its mind. Seriously, if I wanted this level of incompetence, I would ask my 3-year-old nephew to code JavaScript with oven mitts on. So I got so pissed off, I just coded it myself. And it was so simple to do. I know coding can be hard, but you're an AI. This is literally the whole thing. I tried some other adjustments to the size of the block, and ChatGPT fails again. It's like watching my half-blind grandmother trying to assemble IKEA furniture with the instructions upside down. So I had to step in again. Anyway, eventually I got it sorted. And then it was time to add in some temporary graphics to get the game working with sprites. This board actually worked fine. Made some stick figures in Photoshop, asked ChatGPT to do its thing, and here we have a working game with some sprites. But guess what happens when I need it to do something simple and just adjust the size of the hitboxes for the sprites? Yep. Cue the never-ending spiral of failures again. It's like dealing with an AI that has been dropped on its head repeatedly after some gentle persuasion. And by that I mean I had to stroke ChatGPT's ego enough to make it do what I wanted. Finally managed to get those hitboxes to work. I even added some green outlines to it to get those collisions fine-tuned. So here comes the part which I was not expecting to be the longest part of development. Add in a background. The point where changing one part of the code adds in 17 bugs elsewhere. And of course, asking for a parallax effect from ChatGPT sent it into a full-on diva meltdown. It was as helpful as a chocolate teapot. Like, why have I paid for it if I have to do it all anyway? We ended up having to just start a completely new chat, and now it seems to work with you. Honestly, I'd had more stable relationships with printers gaslighting me about their ink levels. Now it's time for the part that takes longer than coding, graphics. We kept things simple, but it's still many hours. The quick overview is finding images I can use on Google, photoshopping them into sprites that will work with the game, and then repeated for all images. The last step that still took several hours, which I'm just going to brush over completely, was fixing bugs and adding in some extra features. And here we are. The game works. Jinx jumps over the chompers, the wind-up monkey, and bite. Then can duck on the echo, and it's even got that pink dash lines in there too. And every so often, just to keep you on your toes, Jinx will throw out an insult to you. At one point, I did think about giving Jinx weapons, having enemies shoot back, maybe even throwing in some boss fights. But then I realized my motivation to make this ran out 3 days ago. And so I figured, you know what? We'll save that for another day.
Any last
or never.
words?
Probably never.
No, just Woo! Woo! You gonna chase me, fat hands? Woo! 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 Gotta die sometime. Woo! 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 Duck! Woo! Just kidding, that won't help. Woo! Woo! Any last words? No, just die.